Welcome to this week's Fundraising Friday. This week, we're talking about grant budgets. One of the things that, in my experience, a lot of grant writers dread and don't really put a lot of time into it. Makes sense. You're a writer, not a numbers person, but they become a very important part of the overall story that you're telling with your grant. So, what are some of the things you need to be thinking about when you're creating a budget? First of all, think of everything that you need in order to make this project successful. That includes the staff time, that includes the oversight, that includes the space, that includes the internet, the insurance, all of those kinds of things that you need if you're going to implement whatever it is you're going to implement. That becomes then the outline of what your budget is. Then look and see what the funder will fund and ask them to fund the pieces that they will, and the others, things like overhead, the internet, insurance, etc., often become things that the organization will donate. If the funder will fund that kind of overhead, absolutely ask for it, because that will help you pay your bills if you get the application. Second, look and make sure that everything in your budget is explained in your narrative. You need to make sure that if you're asking for a piece of equipment, you've talked in your narrative about how that piece of equipment is going to help you achieve your goal. Third, and this is really obvious, but you'd be surprised, make sure it adds up. Even Excel will make mistakes if you don't tell it to do the right thing. So double check, triple check your budget, make sure all the numbers add up. If you've got numbers in a budget narrative in the application, make sure those match the budget as well. Your budget can be a really compelling part of your application because it helps tell the story of where the funder's funds are going to be spent. So make sure you're making the most of it. That's this week's Fundraising Friday. Thanks. Have a great weekend.